And here we go. Hey, everybody. You are listening to the Daytripper podcast. It is July 2020, and we are still in the midst of the most ridiculous, crazy, insane pandemic to ever hit the modern world. And so we hope y'all are safe out there, and we hope listening to this little show of ours will give you a little bit of reprieve and a break from everything else that's going on in the news. So let's do it. All right, guys, so you're listening to the Daytripper podcast. Welcome, and all you folks tuning in on YouTube, all three of y'all, or Facebook, or wherever you're watching right now. Thanks for tuning in. The video thing for us is interesting to do, and anyway, we hope you like it. So, of course, I'm Chet Garner, the host, and I'm joined by my sidekicks. I got Linsey Tutt over here.
Hi, guys.
And I got Mr. Todd White.
What's going on, peeps?
And Todd is wearing what it looks like to be a cool new fedora, right?
It is. It's from Nathaniel's Hat Shop in Georgetown.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, is that the hat you were telling me about yesterday?
It was. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Todd and I are still in Georgetown, living what is close to a normal life. We are filming and stuff. Linsey is still in Keller.
That is true. I'm actually underground in a bunker right now. You just can't tell.
Wait, you intentionally didn't go to your childhood bedroom for this, or maybe you turned the camera angle.
I can't. I have filming secrets I can't share. I'm sorry.
Dun, dun, dun.
She has a nice green screen back there, and she just chose to put bedroom wall and door as the backdrop.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm actually in the middle of a park. So.
Oh, wow. She becomes more mysterious by the moment. So the podcast today is sponsored by the Daytripper World Headquarters. And, of course, that is open here on the Georgetown Square. It's where we make the show, but it's also where we sell a bunch of cool Texas stuff. We just launched some new T-shirts, so please go check it out. You can also check it out online at thedaytripper.com. But I wrangled today a very special promo code if you're listening to the podcast. So if you go online and want to order 15% off with the promo code Podcast July, one word. All right. And you can get 15% off of anything on the shop. That's both in store and online. So check us out here on the Georgetown Square. So anyway, I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, we are still in what is an absolutely chaotic time. One of the delays for bringing you guys the show, I think our last show was May. We tried June, and here we are in all. Actually, our last one was April, wasn't it, y'all? I think we missed May. I think we missed May and June, maybe. But we've been trying to figure out when we're filming the Daytripper, and so we would make a plan, and then we would take the plan and burn it to the ground and make another plan, and then we would take that plan and burn it to the ground and make another plan. And so now we're on like plan D or C as far as the Daytripper goes. But all that chaos has been upending what we had as a pretty good formula for making a television show. And now we're all remote and places are closed, but we're trying to get back out there for y'all. I think the last time we did this, I was updating y'all on the COVID numbers. Y'all see better numbers than I think we're over 250,000 now, which is crazy in Texas. And I'm hoping we're not heading toward another shutdown, but that's part of the Daytripper planning. Like, we're trying to figure out like what happens if it does get shut down. Can we still make a show? It's been insane, but that's what we've been doing. We've been out there filming some more. We went to we filmed a burgers episode. Todd was part of that one. Todd's got a lot of opinions about burgers.
No, I don't. Do I?
Yeah, you got a lot of opinions about everything, but burgers specifically. Yeah, burgers specifically, you got a lot of opinions.
I do.
We filmed the full episode.
I had a good burger today, by the way.
Oh, where?
I slid into Hop Dotty today and got myself a shroom burger.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit of good mushrooms that are sauteed perfectly with goat cheese and arugula. Oh, so good.
Nice. That's one of my favorite burgers at Hop Dotty. That is. We were in Wimberley yesterday filming Jacob's Well, which will be the anchor for a swimming hole episode. So one of the things we decided to do was we realized we're not going to be able to film episodes as normal. So we're going to be doing these awesome clip shows. At least I hope y'all think they're awesome. But we're going to film one location and then string together the story of all the other similar places we've gone. So a burger episode, we went to the Andice General Store in Andice, Texas. And we're going to use that as the backbone for a whole episode about burgers, all the crazy burgers we've eaten, the just the fast food burgers to the monstrous burgers to the spicy burgers. It's going to be a burger extravaganza.
It's going to be a burgerlicious. It'll be a burgerlicious episode.
Burgerlicious. We got Beyonce to do the theme song.
Didn't Fergie do that though? I think.
Oh, Fergalicious.
Yeah.
God, what was Beyonce?
By Beyonce because she's from Texas.
Yes, we didn't want Fergie to do it. We wanted Beyonce to do it, and so
Texans are better.
And we kind of kicked
Fergie
out.
And this is why Linsey is so important to this cruise, because she keeps us relevant in pop culture.
Thank
you.
Wait. Okay, no, I wasn't too far off. I was thinking, Bootylicious. That is a Beyonce song.
Oh, yeah, but that's not even
That is
right.
so bootylicious for you, babe. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Come on. And then there's Fergalicious. And
so it'd be like, I don't think you're ready for this burger.
Jelly.
Burgers to burgerlicious.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't far off. It's actually a really pretty cool new age mashup. We got the two of them to do a collab. They've had some beef. We brought them together.
Wow.
I don't with their burger beef. Oh man.
Jen, it's obvious you've been with your kids for a long time and you need some adult companionship soon.
Companionship. Indeed. All right. So we are out filming again. On top of that, I got to go to the Mesquite Rodeo. Just updating y'all on what we've been doing since the last time we recorded a podcast. The Mesquite Rodeo is happening this summer with appropriate social distancing. So if you're cooped up and looking for something to do, the Mesquite Rodeo is a great option. Been back to Stephenville because it looks like we're going to start to do some work for that wonderful town. Just been kind of bouncing around. It's been interesting because you bounce, you wear masks, you bounce to restaurants, and we definitely took for granted just sort of being able to walk in and mix and mingle with people in a normal way, because nothing's normal out there on the road right now.
How are the kids handling the masks?
Oh, I think they think it's fun. Like it's a cool novelty. Like Fielding's 11. He feels like he can be a bandito. And, he's kind of shy-ish around people too. So he can just hide behind his mask and feels like nobody's looking at him.
That's great.
So social distancing, and now
he was built for this.
Doing it. Yeah,
he was definitely built for this.
It's interesting. I've got a couple of friends that are not big fans of the whole like hug and everybody together kind of culture. So I was asking them how they feel about this, and they're like, "This is amazing. This is my world. This is perfect."
Introverts are loving this. Extroverts are like,
Oh man, I've got some friends who are driving. It's funny, different ends of the spectrum. Some friends are going absolutely crazy, and some friends are just like, "Can we quarantine another 5 years, please?" Okay. Okay. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, like bouncing around, forming new episodes. Linsey, we see each other pretty much every day on virtual via Zoom. But what have you been doing outside of the work world, keeping all of our social media in line?
Living that hashtag quarantine life for sure. I've got to say, like watching Hamilton over and over again.
Oh gosh, what's the count? What's the count?
I don't want to share publicly. I think that maybe people, I do have it memorized, and maybe we should just create like a Texas one. We'll call it Houston.
I like that. Okay, start working on that now. Start working on that now.
But I think other than that, I've done like every quarantine thing there is. Puzzles, dyed my hair, baking. But I think my proudest quarantine accomplishment is I made enchiladas from scratch, which I feel like there should be like a Texan badge that you earn for that. Because I mean, it's messy. You're like playing with your food and eating it at the same time. Like that was pretty cool. So,
did you nail it? We were actually talking about this yesterday, that it is almost impossible to find like restaurant quality enchiladas in your home. So did you feel like you did a good job? Because Homemade enchiladas to me kind of always just end up tasting like casserole, which isn't bad, but it just tastes like casserole.
So I made like green chili, like the green sauce with chicken, and like it required like putting the peppers in the oven and broiling them, and then you blend it. I mean, it was like the whole thing. The only thing I didn't do was like make tortillas, so didn't do that. But that was one thing. And then, as you know, my dad is like a huge pepperhead. Like we go to the hot sauce festival all the time. So for Father's Day, he loves Bloody Marys. We made him serrano pepper infused tequila, like literally, or vodka. Vodka. Like, literally so much time here, guys. I'm like trying every different thing ever. So if you ever
it's
need
the same thing.
It's here. So yeah.
You're infusing liquors. That I didn't know that we got to that level. Like that's another level.
That was July, like June, July. We got there. So we'll see what happens the next couple months.
Oh man, you're gonna.
I missed the hair dyeing thing. What color did it become?
It was pink for a little bit at the bottom. Very temporary, but very fun. Nice little quarantine.
I'm impressed. Good job.
I feel like Linsey, you could just rock the pink tips all the time.
I think I might. I think I'm slowly turning into rosé, so I think it would just naturally work.
That's just your progression. If you drink enough rosé, it just seeps out the pores.
Yeah, it's really going to my head. So
yeah. Todd, what about you, brother?
Besides doing a few Daytripper things here and there, I've been working. I've done the quarantine thing, but at the same time, I've been out working. The moment we were able to get back to work, I've had clients knocking on the door for, socially safe and, shoots and stuff, but I've been taking care of clients. In fact, I was filming all morning out in Cellino at the Glassworks place.
Aww.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I love Cellino Glassworks. I've got there's been some people who are like, why didn't Cellino Glassworks end up in your Cellino show? And it was so unfortunate. But during that week or two, that month when we were planning the filming, they were supposed to be coming to Georgetown. And so I didn't want to put them in our Cellino episode when they weren't going to be in Cellino because they were going to relocate to Georgetown. But what do you know? After we film, that deal fell apart, and now they're in Cellino, and they're like one of the pillars of the creative community there, and they didn't make our show. And it's kind of it's heartbreaking for me because Gail and the team there is awesome. And I was I thought I don't know if we did it wrong or not, but it stinks that they weren't part of our show.
No, I agree, but it's all good. They're doing great and having a great time. So
yeah, and
I did a couple of portrait projects, and I've been doing a lot of online teaching too.
About burgers?
No, about photography, videography, video editing. I'm working with Precision Camera.
Yeah,
so that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Shameless plug for online Todd classes. You can find Todd, photography. You better trademark that quick, Todd. You can find out more at photography.com. While you've been listening to this podcast, lots of stuff's been going on in the Lone Star State. This is Meanwhile in Texas. Guys, I'm going to kick this off. A Texan has just signed the largest team sports contract in America. So this coming year and into the few years, a Texan will be the highest paid team athlete in the country. Signed the largest NFL football deal ever. And I'm talking about Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. Reckham Tech. We got any Tech fans out there? Pew, 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 pew. No. Y'all don't even know who Patrick Mahomes is. Tell me y'all heard the name before.
If we could insert the cricket sound effect now, that'd be amazing.
Yay, sports.
Oh my God.
I don't even know. Tony Romo.
Okay, look, this is going to be like diving to the bottom of the bucket. Y'all probably like he's on State Farm commercials where he goes, my homie. No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man. When one of the greatest football players in the world is only famous because he's in State Farm commercials. That's a shame. But here we go. Y'all can respect this. He signed a $500 million deal. So let me give y'all some details on this. He plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. He played high school football at White House, which is southeast of Tyler, Texas. Went on to play for the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and he's 24 years old. It's the largest contract in NFL history.
What?
Yeah, the largest contract in NFL history.
No, I'm going back to 24 years old. That's
24.
What?
Yeah,
24.
He's 24 and he's like making $500 million. I gotta get going.
I know. Yeah. You're way behind. Here, go throw a football a few times in the yard. You'll be right there with him very
that's my
soon.
quarantine list. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So it's a very long contract too. I personally had never heard of a contract this long. It's 12 years. And if he hits all of his incentives, he'll make over $500 million. But with the starting in 2022, he'll make an average of $45 million a year. And then if he hits all of his incentives, workout bonuses and stuff, there will be some years where he makes really very close to $60 million for playing football. Can you imagine? I mean, that is just so much money. And he's a really nice guy. He's a great guy. He's a good role model. So I'm really, really proud of him to be a Texan.
I'm just surprised
crazy
that they inked a deal like that in the quarantine when no one even knows when we're going to get back to sports like that.
That to me is like
Yeah.
the Chiefs better hope sports comes back so they have the money to pay that dude.
Man,
I know.
And you said 2022. What about 2021? Is he just like no money then?
Well,
or
he's
what's the deal?
he's kind of at the end of his last deal. So he'll make he's got a couple more years left on his current deal. He'll make over $20 million. Don't feel too sorry for him, Todd. He'll make over $20 million.
Wow.
And then it starts to escalate up. Crazy.
Living bare bones.
I know, right? I don't even know what you do with that kind of money. I mean, I can think of some things, but that is so much. So congrats to Patrick Mahomes.
Well, we had that conversation over lunch yesterday when we were sitting in Wimberley about if we had a chunk of change, what would we do?
And mine was buy lots of cheese.
Yes, it was.
Cheese. Like, I wouldn't even care. Like, oh, it's $15 for a tiny little cube. I'm buying it. I don't even care. You know, like there's so much expensive cheese that I want to eat, but it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to Whole Foods, buy all the cheese, all of it. But I love cheese. I just love cheese.
You can just buy Antonelli's cheese shop down in Austin and just call it good.
I'll probably do that. I will go and say, I want Antonelli's cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I want the whole thing. Which one? All of it. All of it. So, anyway, which one of you guys wants to go next? News stories in Texas.
Ladies first.
Okay, I will gladly go first because I'm really excited about this story. So this one is near and dear to my heart. Growing up in the Metroplex area, we went to the State Fair of Texas every year. And the best part is a Fletchers Corndog. Obviously, right? So as y'all might have heard, the State Fair of Texas is canceled this year. But don't cry too hard because Fletchers has decided they have a little like food truck, and I'm really hoping it's like a little, like it's shaped like a corn dog. I really hope it is. But they have a food truck, and so they're going to do pop-up events around the Metroplex. So if you're like just super craving the best corn dog in the world, you can go get one. And they even have their little Fletcher's corny dog mascot, who's like this guy in this giant corn dog costume.
Oh yeah.
It's really filling a void that we all need right now, and it's just.
Oh
wow!
I love Fletcher's corny dogs. I think my record. I think I ate 5 of them the day we filmed the State Fair.
Seriously, they're
on top of the. Oh, I know, Linsey. I didn't feel good about that.
On top of your fried beer. Top of the fried beer.
Yep. Yeah, fried beer and fried Thanksgiving dinner and all that stuff.
State Fair, you have to plan to go hard. There's no dieting at the State Fair.
Yeah. You go hard all the way.
They don't have vegan options?
No. How dare you even?
You can eat the stick. You can eat the stick the corny dog comes on.
Yeah, they have like salads, but I think they're fried. I don't know.
Awesome. Well, let's put the list in the show notes so people can figure out where they're coming, and stay tuned for corny dogs. I might drive up to DFW just to eat one.
Do it. Go to every single pop-up.
Well, I saw they were coming as far south as Waxahachie, so I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, hit us.
So we know how weird Texas can be with different beers and other things that have to do around our soft drinks and stuff. So inevitably it had to happen. And so we have a brewery down in San Antonio, Isla Street Brewing Company, has decided to make a Big Red beer.
Ooh.
So it is the Big Rojo, and they basically put Big Red syrup into a batch of beer to see how it would turn out.
I'm in
It's about
right
time,
now.
I say. That's awesome.
Totally not in. Because you know I'm not.
God.
We've had this discussion. I don't think Dr. Pepper is the best drink. I don't think that Big Red is the best. I think Big Red donuts at Krispy Kreme are not very good, but
It's
you know,
illegal to say
hey,
these things, Todd.
do what?
It's illegal in Texas to say.
I know. And I can only imagine that it has kind of a weird sour taste, and I'm not the biggest sour beer fan too.
You know, I bet you it has one taste that I'm trying to think of. Oh, delicious. I bet that's the taste it has. So I'm in. I'm 100% in on that.
So this is definitely one of those, for me, it's a strange story in Texas. For y'all and others, it's probably like an amazing story in Texas.
Yeah. I'm like Linsey, about dang time.
Amen.
About dang time. All right, guys, that's fun. That's fun stuff. So now we head into the Texas Music Minute, where we bring you an artist or a song that you may not know about that is one of the talented folks we have in Texas. I'm going to assume I know the answer to this, but you guys are both huge Khruangbin fans, right?
What?
Khruangbin? Y'all love Khruangbin.
Is that a genre of music?
No. So I had no idea who these people are, and evidently they're a really big deal. They are a psychedelic band out of Houston, Texas, and it's Khruangbin.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah, I mean, well, Houston's got all kind of weird stuff going on.
Oh, it does. I mean, look at the photo of you that's iconic that we see on the PBS app on Roku all the time of you sitting in that chair. Wasn't that in Houston?
That Smithers Park.
Yeah. Smithers Park. All kinds of fun stuff.
Tricky.
So they're psychedelic. It's instrumental music. They describe their style as an influence of all cultures, Thai, Spanish, and Middle Eastern psychedelic. And
wait,
it was
Thai psychedelic?
Thai, like the country Thailand, but psychedelic Thai.
I'm excited to hear this. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Wow. And anyway, it was the bassist is the female. Her name's Laura Lee. She formed the band. She's not really the front lady. There's like another guy who has long hair and bangs, and he plays. So, nice. I know it's a podcast. I can't show you a picture of these guys, but they partnered up with one of my absolute favorite Texas artists, Leon Bridges, who is out of Fort Worth, Texas. He sings sort of that new soul, old school R&B type of thing. Mm-hmm. His voice is like sweet velvet. If you were going to eat velvet, or I guess I don't know what velvet tastes like, but if velvet had a taste, it would be Leon Bridges' voice.
Red velvet cake.
So yeah. So anyway, they partnered on a song. It's called Texas Sun, and I'm just going to play it to you.
Say you like the wind blowing through your hair. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun. Say you wanna hit the highway for the engine roars. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun, oh yeah. Texas sun, caressing you from Fort Worth to Amarillo. Well, Come on, roll with me till the sun dips low. Texas sun, Texas sun, oh girl.
All right.
The beginning of that reminded me of, it should be like in like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, totally.
It had that vibe.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool though. It's cool. You got this
Yeah.
weird kind of almost, I don't think they're using a sitar, but kind of sounds like a sitar. And then you got Leon Bridges' voice in there, like bringing that soul sound.
It sounds like you're floating on the river. Like that sounds like a song that I would like. It just sounds like a day on the river.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I would just be like, hey, Alexa, play a playlist based on this song. And then that's chill mode.
And if anybody's listening to this in their house, you just set off Alexas all over at the top of Texas.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I'm always listening. What would you like, Chet? Anyway, check it out. Krungbin. Oh, but it's spelled so strange. It's spelled KHRUANGBIN. Krungbin.
Totally gonna guess that.
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Hey, can you pass me the snacks? When are we gonna stop? I gotta go.
Questions from the back seat.
Okay. Questions from the back seat. All right. So I think I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to say it anyways. Karen H. asks, Chet, have you ever thought of day tripping on over to Oklahoma?
The record scratches. Did she just say Oklahoma?
What?
Oh, no. Hey, we do have fans in Oklahoma. But I'm going to be honest. No, I have not.
Didn't we come really close, like pulling up to the border when we were in Wichita Falls and then backed off?
We were super close. We could have swam Oklahoma. And then in our Route 66 episode, we were at the border right there. We could have done it. We could have done it, but we did not. So,
Good.
There's part of me that wishes we could do the contiguous states that are around Texas, maybe day trips from Texas into them. Because truthfully, there are some beautiful places in Oklahoma. Turner Falls, if you haven't seen that, Google that, look that up. Broken Bow. But nope, we're a Texas show. Can't do it. Treasonous.
Amen.
Treasonous.
There you go. All right. This one is from Brad W. And he asks, Chet, my wife and I love your show. Just curious about how many days a year are you on the road filming?
Ooh. Okay, so every year we make 13 episodes. Each of those takes between 2 and 3 days. So let's say it was 2, it'd be 26. If it were 3, it'd be 39. Let's split the difference there. Let's say 31 days. That's 31 days on the road just to make the show. Mm-hmm. But if you tag on top of that, well, in the pre-COVID times, travel, appearances, speaking, commercial projects, it probably got up to over 60 days, I'd guess. Just a guess. But so there are times when the travel got kind of crazy. I mean, there were months where I went from the Davis Mountains to Dallas to Brownsville to Houston and then home. It's like chaos. But overall, I consider myself pretty fortunate. The travel is one of the joys of the job. Being away from home adds up, but I do love traveling. So that's kind of a weird answer. It's kind of whatever the job requires, Mm-hmm. So a minimum of 30, and then upwards to 60, I'd say. Yeah, I'm not like Willie Nelson. He's got to spend like 275 days on the road or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm. Willie Nelson does?
Oh yeah, those traveling artists, man, they're vagabonds.
Old for that?
Vagabonds. Yeah, right? You would think.
Okay, our next question is from the Long family, and they wrote that they watched a show of you holding a land grant with your 4th great grandfather, Isaac Garner's signature. They're going camping at Garner State Park next weekend, and they were curious if you're a descendant of John Nance Cactus Jack Garner.
Ooh, well, I am. And there's a story to that. So I grew up being told that he was like one of my uncles. And, I was like, oh, cool. So we're related. And we would camp at Garner State Park and feel like we were something special. And then we did the ancestry.com or whatever, looking back. And it was like, oh, my gosh, we are not related to that guy at all.
Wow.
Like, Mom, Dad, it's not there. Because I would look and be like, it's not there. And then I kept digging deeper and, we can trace our lineage all the way back to Virginia in the 1600s when we came over on boats. And so you go all the way back to Virginia and then you start marching forward. Then you find him. But it is deep. It's distant. So he's like my fourth cousin 12 times removed or something like that. But it's there. It's somewhere there.
Yeah, that's what's important. You can stand on a mountain at Garner State Park and be like, everything the light touches is ours.
Yeah, that's right. I wish. I always go up to Garner State Park when we check in, and I was like, you see my ID? I get a discount, right? Family discount. And they are like, the lady's like, no, keep moving. Like, oh. And I try that joke every year, and it never works.
Hey, Daytripper, I got a bone to pick with you. Oh my goodness, it's the Daytripper. We love your show.
All right, we've got some comments. All right, guys, prepare yourself. This may be one of the best angry sort of comments we've ever gotten.
Yes.
It's incredible. So Bob C. writes, Chet, I have enjoyed your show for years, being an Austinite, but the dye job on your beard is obvious and demeaning of the veracity of your content. Clairol number 227 may work for some, but it takes away from the appearance and accuracy of your historic content. Hollywood is in California.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
You're working more.
Oh, darn. Okay. For the record, you see this? This is not a dye job. That's hilarious. No, I've never used Clairol 1275. It's funny that he knows the number. I hope he was just shooting from the hip and he wasn't like holding up Clairol swatches like, is this that? That's it. I have never indeed dyed my beard, as evidenced by the salt and pepper that started to come out.
That was rough.
That's awesome.
Such fun comments. I love it.
Yeah. That was good. I like that a lot.
Some people just have nothing better to do, I guess.
But it makes for great fun, honestly. We do something like that. It's very nice.
Yes.
And then we're going to end on a good comment.
Come on. Keep all the bad ones coming. I want to hear more.
Well, send some more to us, guys. Come on.
I'm kidding.
Pretty nice recently. So this is a nice one. It's from Lynn. She says, I first found this show a few years ago and just watched the episode on Spring, Texas today. I'm from the North, currently living in Florida, but I love the show. I feel like I'm visiting Texas every time I watch Chet and his shenanigans.
Aww.
Shenanigans.
That's fun. That's cool. That's what we aim to do. We want to bring you on the road with us and make you feel like you're part of the crew traveling around. So that's great. I like that one better than the Clairol one. I like it. Well, that wraps up what we got. Thank you guys, Todd and Linsey. Thank you again to our sponsor, the Daytripper World Headquarters. Remember, you can get 15% off in the store with the code podcast July. That applies online and in the store in Georgetown. Come and see us. We're open. We got all the things. We're ready to ship. We've been selling a lot of these wonderful masks. So if you're in need of a Texas mask, place your order now. We're not going to keep them around forever. But you can also get 15% off this mask with. Do we
have soap there too?
We have soap. Yes,
because I just ran out yesterday.
Well, there you go, Todd. Come on in. We'll even give you 15% off with the podcast July code. All right, y'all. So you guys say your byes.
Adios, guys. Take care.
Bye, guys.
And from me, vaya con Dios, amigos.